Hello, everyone. I'm Robyn Grable, the founder of Talents Ascend and the Ascend Collective, and your host for Ascending Beyond Barriers. Welcome. Ascending Beyond Barriers is an inspiring podcast dedicated to showcasing the remarkable journeys of small business founders who have faced and overcome significant challenges on their path to success. Each episode delves into the personal stories of entrepreneurs from diverse backgrounds, highlighting their unique experiences, struggles, and triumphs. All right, for a man who probably needs no introduction, I am going to read this because he deserves it. David Meltzer is the chairman of the Napoleon Hill Institute and formerly served as the CEO of the renowned Lee Steinberg Sports and Entertainment Agency, which was the inspiration for the movie Jerry Maguire. He's a globally recognized entrepreneur, investor, and top business coach. As executive producer of the Apple TV series 2 Minute Drill and Office Hours, as well as Entrepreneur's #1 digital business show, Elevator Pitch, David brings unmatched insights to audiences worldwide. His life's mission is to empower over 1 billion people to be happy. This simple yet powerful mission has led him on an incredible journey to provide one thing: value. David, thank you so much for your time today, and thank you for being on. I get so much inspiration from you. I'm in your private networking group. All your training, I just love it. So there's a few things that I've picked up along the way that I would love for you to talk about. The first one being, and I've seen a couple of posts lately, is how failing or screwing up is not the end all. It's part of succeeding. So tell us a little bit about your journey in that realm of failing and coming back from it.
Yeah, it's interesting, for failure to take place, I think there's only one thing that can happen, and that's quitting. Otherwise, aligned with why we are here, there's certain rules of being human in my experience. And one is you're given a body. We're here to learn lessons. The lessons keep on coming until we learn them. You will forget every lesson that you've ever learned and will learn, but you have the power to remember, remind, and recollect those lessons, which is becoming more relevant today with AI and social media and the cloud, that we have so much access to information that we had in the past, present, and in the future. It's incredible how it's playing out. But this idea of failure is one of whether or not you have the lack of commitment. You see, there's no successful person I know, and I've surrounded myself, as you know, Robyn, with billionaires, millionaires, entrepreneurs, celebrities, athletes, and entertainers at the highest level, the most successful people in the world. And they all, guess what, have made tons of mistakes. They all have, by other people, been judged or defined as failures. But what they have in common is what I try to empower others with, which is the definiteness of purpose, the desire to be what you must be. They don't lack commitment. You see, everybody that truly fails, there's only one reason they fail. They lack commitment to stay on their divine direction. They don't see the detours, the mistakes as divine, and they don't allow for divine time when no evidence and the evidence is contrary to elevate their awareness to the progress that they're making towards where they want to be or better.
Yeah, that's amazing. But I think part of that too is we only see sometimes the success stories. We don't always see the behind the failures or the times they screw up. So I think it's easy to see a celebrity and say, oh, they're just so successful. And we take for granted that there's a journey along the way in that what they're doing and what they're succeeding in. So awesome. I also love how you break words into recollect instead of saying recollect. Dis-ease. I love that. How did you come into that, knowledge, or how did you come about making those words come alive like that?
What's so nice is that when you live in an intention, this idea of definite purpose and intention, and there's 5 layers of it, you become hyper aware to what you say, what you do, what you think, what you feel, and what you believe. And so as we pay more attention to and give more intention to, all of these consequences and coincidences occur, the coinciding of these ideas. And through that, you start to realize by doing, saying, thinking, feeling, and believing that this idea of ease and dis-ease. What a simple way to separate my life, right? I want to live at ease when we have wisdom and faith to put us at ease, knowing that there's an infinite energy source, an infinite positivity, an infinite amount of information. And I'm accessing it when I'm at ease, and I'm interfering with it when I'm at dis-ease. And so by being intentional about doing, saying, thinking, feeling, and believing, I'm utilizing at a higher level of awareness or frequency the actions I take. So I study time and relativity. The words that I say. So I'm looking at the roots and the meanings in order to help facilitate, which means to make easy the complex context and content that I've created to help facilitate ease, or make easy being easy by identifying what makes us dis-easy.
Yeah. All right. So that sounds so simple. And one of the other things you talk about is the simple things to do are simple not to do. Talk about that.
Yeah, so human nature is interesting, and the easier that things are to do, the simpler they are, the simple they are not to do. It's because we are arrogant as human beings. We think that if something's easy, that it's easy to do it. And my greatest example of this is the most powerful thing that I can teach. And I do a lot of research, as you know. I write books and I speak in meetups, holding courts, trainings, and the list will go on in the complexity of the intention I give to learning. But what's so funny is out of everything that I teach, the most impactful thing that people will tell me is the simple thing that I teach, which is say thank you before you go to bed and thank you when you wake up. If you can do this consistently for 30 days, I guarantee your life will change forever. It is free, Robyn, to say thank you. Right. It takes 0.1 seconds. So you can't think of truly anything more simple. But what makes it so interesting, because it is so simple, is out of all the simple things to do, nobody argues with me that it doesn't have impact. All the thought leaders, the billionaires, millionaires, entrepreneurs, celebrities, athletes, they all agree with me. Yeah, gratitude is the most important. And they agree with me how easy it is. And to that measure, half of us tonight that agree with me won't say thank you. Half of us by tomorrow morning of the remaining half that agree with me won't say thank you. And in 3 days, most of us won't say thank you, because the simple things to do, the things that take 0.1 seconds and are free, that can change our life guaranteed, we don't do because of human nature, that we are arrogant, that if it's easy to do, we'll do it automatically. We don't have to work at it. I say work double hard on the simple things and you'll be much better off.
Yeah. Which then leads me to the next thing that I love hearing you say is stop saying, I'll be happy when. So talk about that, because it's, again, human nature of we're always chasing something, and I'll be happy when I make $1 million, or I'll be happy when I get that new job or whatever. So talk about that.
Yeah. So I'll be happy when is an attachment to an outcome, and it creates a certainty of the future. When we attach an outcome, we are losing our faith that we're protected, promoted, loved, and perfected. We're losing our faith that the lessons lie within no evidence and the evidence contrary to where we want to be. So I prefer to tell people, instead of I'll be happy when I make $1 million, I am going to make $1 million for the sake of buying my mom a house, for the sake of buying a community center for charity, for the sake of whatever else it may be.
Yeah. And again, it's very simple change of perspective and change of words, but we just don't do it often enough to make an impact. So, wow. Okay. So a couple of other things that you've taught me is the non-negotiables. We have 24 hours in a day. That is an absolute. It's the same thing we have. I've learned all this from you. It's the same thing we have. Everybody has that in common. We all have 24 hours. It's how we use those 24 hours. I have learned my non-negotiables. I walk on my treadmill every day because of you. I spend 30 minutes a day with each one of my cherubs, my grand cherubs. So that's really important to me. But talk about how that has made an impact in your life and how you stick to it, because it's sometimes hard.
Yeah, things happen slowly, then all of a sudden. And consistent behavior is also the antithesis of human nature. The idea to be consistent, persistent, but the physical and scientifical impact of consistent behavior. So I always say 2 minutes a day is worth more than 2 hours on a Saturday.
Yes.
I still text my mom, who passed away over a month ago. I still text her every day. I am happy. I am healthy. I love and appreciate you. I tell my kids every day, I love you. I'm proud of you. And I always have your back. I give a minimum amount of time to non-negotiable behavior. The reason is not only do I get acceleration, aggregation, and compounding impacts, but more importantly, I also take circumstances out of the equation. You see, circumstances create this interference between I'll be happy when and for the sake of what. Circumstances are uncontrollable because the only certainty is the increment that we're given between the time our heart starts and the time it stops, 24 hours a day. And so for me, I take out circumstances for over half of my day by saying, no matter what the circumstances of tomorrow are, I'm going to get 8 hours of sleep. No matter what the circumstances are tomorrow, I'm spending a minimum of an hour on my health. No matter what the circumstances are tomorrow, I'm spending a minimum of an hour with my family and my friends who are relative associated and feed me the most. No matter what tomorrow, I'm spending a minimum amount of time on my finance, on my faith, on the study of time so I can handle the prioritization of relativity and circumstances for tomorrow. And of course, studying time so that I utilize my time to be productive, accessible, and gracious. By doing things every day, not only will you get this compounding impact with aggregation and acceleration, but you also will take circumstances out of the equation and be able to be more consistent and efficient and effective with your time.
It is amazing. It really has. It's changed a lot in my life of just knowing that I have those non-negotiables. And I will even say it to myself, all right, you haven't walked on your treadmill today. It's a non-negotiable. You have to do it. And it makes such a difference in your life. So talk about too, like so you're a business coach, you've got a lot of people that look to you for inspiration. You're now the chairman of the Napoleon Hill Institute. So congratulations. And gosh, what a deserved honor for that. What would you say to business owners who are struggling out there, who are just really not living the life they want to live? What's your best advice for them?
Well, the first piece of advice is the piece of advice that I wish I would have given myself before I lost everything, which is ask for help. You're either humble or you're about to be. And this keeps coming up in my life, even at 57, with all the wisdom and faith that I've aggregated, accelerated, and compounded in my own journey. But if I could encourage people to live in the infinite loop of giving, to give more, be given more, receive more, and ask for more than more. And the number one thing we can ask for is help. Stop cheating people of the greatest joy you can give them, which is the joy of being capable of helping someone else. And for some reason, we think that trading and negotiating giving and receiving is the way to go. It's not. We need to ask for help. Find people who sit in the situation that you want to be in, play on their team, pick the position on their team, and then pull up a chair next to you and help somebody else. This is the infinite loop of giving. And the only way that we get started in anything is to find someone that's already there and ask them for direction. So 3 simple words to get started: ask for help.
Yeah. And I love that. I tell people all the time that you say this all the time, that it find somebody who's where you want to be and ask them how they got there, because it truly is. And we don't think about it. I mean, I served in the Navy. I was I considered a trailblazer, having been in the Navy in the 70s and early 80s. And a lot of women couldn't do all women couldn't do certain roles in the Navy, but I don't ever think about myself that way. But now running a business, it's like, okay, I need somebody who's been where I want to be and ask them for help. So your goal, help a billion people be happy. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so it's over 1 billion, so don't limit me, Robyn.
Okay, no, absolutely not.
For me, I have figured out the math in order to do this. The three things that I believe I can help people with. My goal is to empower 1,000 people like you that will empower 1,000 to empower 1,000 with the ability to make a lot of money, help a lot of people, and have a lot of fun. You see, I've never met anyone in the world that makes a lot of money, helps a lot of people, and has a lot of fun that isn't happy. And so for me to understand that I can find 1,000 people times 1,000 times 1,000, that's 1,000,000,000. I can create a collective consciousness to change the world and help the entire world be happy.
Wow. It's amazing. I want to go back to your mom too, and obviously condolences. It's recent. My favorite aunt, who I called mom, passed away last year. I have her picture up there above my head. You can see it. Every night before I go to bed, I thank her for my life. It gets me choked up. But it makes a difference. I miss her so much, and I love that you still text your mom. And I basically say to her, I miss you so much, and I wish, I could talk to you, but it helps to just say thank you at the end of the night. So, all right. So as we close out, I want to ask you a topic that's very near and dear to our heart, our mission here. It's veterans. As you coach businesses, as you talk to so many people, what would you say to business owners about hiring veterans?
Well, I hire people because of their skills, their knowledge, and their desire. And I align the skills, knowledge, and desire with what's doing well, what's stable, and what I think is doing well within the context of my business, job, or career industry. And so when we look at skills, knowledge, and desire, can you think of a class of people that have less skill? Talk about the top of the top. Why wouldn't you hire someone that has proven skills, proven knowledge, and proven desire? Because that's what United States vets have. They also, by the way, are some of the kindest and most generous people. So when we're talking about building a culture, they are culture builders. And so there's no better human beings. This is why I like athletes the same, because they have very similar skills, knowledge, and desires as our United States vet. They just don't put their life on the line. So they are a step below the United States veterans. And so if you're not looking to fill your positions with the people who have the greatest skills, knowledge, and desire, then you're not doing your business, our country, our culture a favor by hiring the best that have a desire that they must be what they can be. That's why I hire and encourage other people to hire United States veterans. I also would love to offer your entire community my book. So please, everybody, email me, david@dmeltzer.com. I will sign my book. I will send it to you. I'll pay for shipping and the book. So please let me help empower you. Let Robyn empower you. Please, let's support our vets. david@dmeltzer.com.
Perfect. Hey, that's a mic drop. I think we're good. David, thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me today, and just for all your inspiration. I get so much out of your words and all the things that you do. So thank you.
Thank you. Please join our group. Listen to Robyn. She'll give you the information. Love you.
Love you, man. Bye.
Bye.